Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. With your host, Craig Casamas and Big J Curran.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Get Heavy Book Club. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Me and Jay don't look like we can read, and you'd probably be right for the most part. But we do listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Yes.
We take in as much as we can. So we have done a couple so far. If you're interested in these, check out the one we did on Tim Kennedy, Scars and Stripes. And the first one we did was... God, what did we do? I can't even remember. We're fucking retarded.
Oh,
Anyway, check out the other one, the first one. I'll edit this part out.
okay.
Anyway, so today I'm so excited because me and Jay, I sent this to Jay a couple days ago and he ended up finishing it faster than me, which I literally could not stop fucking listening to
Neither
it.
could I.
I was taking the dog on extra walks. I was anything I could do to finish this fucking book.
Yes.
Running the Light by Sam
Tallent.
Tallent,
Yep.
who is a comedian. And I will be fucking completely honest. I've never heard his name.
No.
I don't know anything about his comedy.
No.
The reason I found it is because on Tim Dillon's podcast the other day, one of the guests had mentioned him, and it was Tim Dillon on Bert's podcast, and they started talking about him and how incredible that book
because
was.
they all
read in it, right?
So the book, a bunch of different comedians
Right.
read different chapters and do different stories.
So this is a fictional novel
Yeah.
about a comedian who has hit the top of the fucking stratosphere
Yep.
and 10, 15, 20 years later has fallen from grace and is a complete fucking gonzo style drug addict,
Yeah.
debauchery degenerate who is running B rooms and C rooms all over the Midwest.
True comedy
A true-
road dog.
Right.
Like
a true comedy road dog.
You wake up, you get in your car, and you just go from gig to gig to gig to
Mhm.
gig, whatever that gig is. You don't know what you're even doing. And you just get there and you do the gig and you get your $400.
Yeah, whatever,
And you put it in your
$250,
sock.
whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it
And
is,
you
you know?
head to the next fucking
Yeah.
Moose Lodge or
Yeah.
fucking
Masonic Temple or
Temple
whatever the
or
fuck.
whatever it is.
So like we'll set it up for you. Like I said, we try not to give away too much of the information of the book because it's so fucking good. But the way this book is set up is it's a fictional novel. It's written within a 1 week period, right? And all the chapters are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
Right.
till
So
Sunday.
it's a 7-day fucking tear that this guy gets on. And I'm telling you, the way that Sam Tallent writes, I have not. I mean, I really want to liken it to Hunter S. Thompson. It's very fucking Hunter S. Thompson.
Yep.
The way he describes shit, the way he sets up a
Yeah.
scene, it's not anywhere close to a ripoff to Hunter S. But the fucking guy puts you in the deepest place
He
with
puts
this
you- he
character. The
puts you
character's
in the
name is
fucking
Billy Ray.
depths.
Oh my god,
McAllister?
no, Billy
I
Ray
think McAllister.
Stanford. God damn it! Hold on, let me find it. I'll edit
So-
it out. Schaefer, Billy Ray Schaefer. So the
Yeah.
character's name is Billy Ray Schaefer, a man that has been on, Letterman and Carson and
Been
done
on
all the
Carson
fucking things.
16 times.
Hit the
and-
top of the world.
Yeah.
Ended up having something happen to him where he fell out of the graces of Hollywood, and now he is a divorced father of two, degenerate, mid 50 cocaine addict, and then fucking straight up alcoholic. And every single fucking day gets crazier and crazier and crazier on in this book.
At so many different times, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that day.
totally. Dude.
I've that waking up in the morning
Mhm,
and you're just violently ill.
mhm.
Like, what in the fuck did I do last night? How did I get here?
Mhm.
Like, even looking like, okay, I know kind of where I'm at. I got this covered. what all did I do
Right.
last night to
Right.
make me feel like this?
Right.
And then you get up and you try to walk around and figure it out for a little bit. And then you just go, fuck this. I need to get all
booze.
the hair of the dog again.
Totally.
I need everything.
Fucking booze, bump, whatever.
Yeah.
To get me out of this, right?
And have the same type of stories where, you know, I went out to dinner and went to a Christmas party. And then 3 days later, I'm at the Red Cove at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, calling my brother saying I can't drive anymore.
Right.
You know, and
Yeah.
the whole weekend is just fucked up, waking up, getting just
hammered
right back on it, and just staying, sleeping under a pinball, having fooling around with somebody, and my nephew comes walking out and catches us as we're fucking going at it in the living room. And then I'm like, hey man, get out of your room. I'm taking your room now. You go sleep out here. I'm taking your room. That's not fair, Uncle. Well, when you can take me, you can fucking tell me that. Until then, get your ass out the room.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about the guy. I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he's divorced. I don't know if he was an ex-fucking cocaine addict. But the depth in which he understands the deepest, darkest part of being strung out on cocaine is fucking shocking, dude. I mean, it really, the way he describes that feeling of being fucking too far gone, your heart's beating out of your chest, you know that this is fucked, and you make the active choice to do another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
actively chasing it. And even going past the cocaine,
dude.
If you're an addict, and especially a newer addict, I would not recommend reading the book, because it would be very, very, very triggering. At a certain point, you halfway through it, you realize that it's a nightmare being like this. And then there's other points where you're like, I totally want like I would totally do a bump right now after reading this book. You know,
I mean? You're like, I could, like, he doesn't glorify it at all, and you know what it is, but the way he fucking writes, dude, it's like Hunter, like the way he wrote about drugs, you're like,
there's no way, there's no way though,
fucker, you know.
And I could be totally wrong about this because I don't know.
The depth at which he fucking understands true drug addict behavior and true cocaine addiction is fucking. It has to. I don't, like I said, I don't know the dude. I don't know his comedy at all. I'm fucking thoroughly convinced that he's one of the best writers I've ever fucking experienced in my life.
Absolutely captivating. As soon as I got started on it, you kind of, every time I do an audiobook, I kind of slow roll, like the first couple of chapters, Tim Kennedy, whatever it is, I kind of end up slowly rolling into it. But then once that hook hits and they fucking sink it in, I'm all the fucking way in until it's done.
Yeah.
And throughout that thing, the different levels of deprivation
is insane.
And you know, we both have had periods in our life where, like, staying up all night fucking partying like a fucking nutbag, and then everybody else goes to bed and you sit by the fire alone with your little sack and a bottle of Jack Daniels, and then you go lay down for an hour, and then when everybody else is waking up, you're like, oh shit, let's go, man, let's start this party. And that at that end of that 2 or 3 days when you have to go through the come down, that's what really got me about that, is just the feeling that you got through his narration on the whole thing of like, you wake up, you fucking pissed your pants, you're on a bench in a park, you just got rolled by a hobo, you know, and you're just like, and at that point you're like, wow, I'm so grateful that I've been able to stop myself from getting to there.
Oh yeah.
You know, and just,
I've never even been close to there. You know what I mean? I've definitely made some bad decisions on nights, but I think, and then besides that, the buildup with, you know, this is a man who's ruined his fucking family. He's ruined his kids. He's abandoned them. He is a shit father. You know what I mean? And that was some of the hardest shit to sit through for me. Like, you know what I mean? Because it really, like, the feeling in which he like narrates how this guy fucking instantly looks at one thing one way, understanding that he's the problem, he's a piece of shit, and then can flip it like that to they don't fucking get it, how hard I worked, this and that, the money. You know, it was like something that was so fucking wildly triggering for me, because it almost like, and I'm not going to say, you know, anything about my old man, but for a man to actively lose his mind and leave his kids like that, you know what I mean? Like it hit on a fucking level that was so unreal. And then especially when he, you know, there's parts where he reunites with one of his kids and then wants to go see his ex-wife, and it goes fucking exactly how you would assume it would fucking go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with this guy thinking that there are things that are redeemable with him. You know what I mean? The delusion that everything is going to be okay.
But the fact that he went into it, and everything that he went into, delusional, and how he thought about how it was going to happen, and then what would happen or what did happen, and without getting too much into it.
Right.
The way that it all played out.
Right.
Was just seeing somebody who is insanely fucking talented as a comedian, but is just wrecked mentally.
Yeah.
Because of himself.
Right.
In his addiction and his childhood and everything that he'd gone through in life. And he did this to himself.
Right.
But the continuing of in the middle of good. Right. You're still
fucked.
You're not thinking like, hey man, maybe I should get clean at some point in time.
Well, in the moments you know, the only consideration for him even getting anywhere close was when he would see himself as like a, you know, he talks in depth about seeing pictures of himself in shape, and he's like, I'm going to start doing push-ups tomorrow. It's like never, not once was it, I'm going to quit this.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop cocaine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, he's so far in. I will say that for me, and the cool thing about this book, one of the cooler things is that a bunch of insanely famous comedians read each chapter, or at least parts of chapters. So you got Kreischer, you got fucking Tim Dillon, you got fucking Doug Stanhope, you got every fucking Mark Maron reads a part.
Speaking of somebody that's
right, and he would understand
if
that.
you guys haven't,
we should do Stanhope's book too.
Just pick one of them. I don't know if maybe we did it, but
no, we didn't.
Okay, Doug Stanhope's last book is just.
I haven't read the last one. I read the one about his mom, but.
Okay, I haven't
listened. Incredible, dude.
Yeah,
it's just so incredible. But
I mean, but that's the prime example of that road dog comedian.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
You know, because Stanhope is an amazing talent.
Right.
You know, he is such a good comedian. You know, if you guys haven't checked out Doug Stanhope's comedy, please check it out. He's got a really, really cool podcast. Where he talks with his friends, and he talks about his old lady, and it is all absolutely crazy. I mean, he lives in Arizona, and he throws this Bisbee, Arizona, and throws a Super Bowl party. Used to, I don't know if he still does.
He would literally throw his address out on the internet, and just anyone that wanted to show up at any time can show up. Is insane.
We're in Bisbee now, Arizona. We're gonna have a Super Bowl party. Here's the address: 1091 Scandia Avenue. Just show up. We're partying. You know.
But here's the thing, it was bugging me that it was different narrators every time, because I would really latch onto the way someone read and really get in depth in that, and then it would fucking change from like a male to a female or whatever.
Yeah, dude, but I know, and you just don't really ever want to listen to women talk,
obviously.
Yeah,
but it was just hard for me because it would take you a good fucking 15 minutes to get the cadence of that person. And then sometimes he has a fucking Southern accent. Sometimes he doesn't, you know what I mean? So there's a little bit of that, but what I'm getting to is, even with that, the writing is so
spectacular,
fucking good.
Yeah.
That 10 different narrators narrate this book.
Yeah.
And there's not 1 ounce of you that doesn't understand what's going on. You know what I mean?
100%,
which is wild. You know,
after Stanhope read, and you could tell who was like reading in studio,
right?
And then that last person the last female that read, as soon as she started, I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Well, because audio wise,
the audio was horrible.
Yeah, and then also he didn't edit.
And
Like
who
they would
wants to
start
listen
and
to
stop.
women talk? No, come on, man.
I don't want to do this.
What are you talking
I don't
about?
wanna do it.
We've had this conversation
You've
right
had
before
this
we started the
conversation
podcast,
a million
and now
times.
all of a sudden you back away from
I'm
it.
backing
I don't get you, man.
Oh, God.
I don't understand.
Anyway,
Be real. That's what this podcast is
I can't,
about.
dude. I have a persona. I'm Poe Rogan.
Man.
Okay, I gotta fuck. Actually, I'm Slim Dylan, dude.
Slim Dylan.
Anyway, the audio quality and some of the guys are, but what I thought was really cool and endearing is that like they didn't even edit out the fuck ups. Like watching, I will tell you, Bert Kreischer fucking announcing words is one of the hardest things I've ever.
Have you listened to his audiobook?
Yeah, I have. No, not his audio.
His audiobook.
He reads it.
Is spectacular.
Is it really?
I would never want to read the book itself.
His voice, though.
Oh, it's
yeah.
It is Bert in the middle of reading his audiobook going, motherfucker.
Really? Yeah.
God damn it, man. I'm fucking dyslexic. Yeah. Why don't I
did like how they didn't really edit. He didn't really edit shit. Like sometimes they would fuck up a sentence and start over. He left it in. So fucking Running the Light is one of the best books I've read in a long time. Please check it out. Sam Tallent, cheers to you, motherfucker.
Yeah, and
I hope you're sober.
we keep talking about how we're doing audiobooks. Read the book if you want, but check the audio out.
Right.
Like the audio is so good. Right. Like hearing the stories, you get caught up in the stories. It's just two different things. I think we all, you can read the story and you imagine this stuff, and it kind of goes the same with the audiobooks, but the people reading the books really, listen to Doug Stanhope, who is a complete fucking derelict. Listening to him narrate this story,
or Mark Maron. Mark Maron covers the cocaine and the fucking
the
sexual debauchery,
however many years clean now. That was fucking Sam Kinnison's running partner at one point, and he fucking did so much fucking drugs that he lost his mind. Totally.
Well, it's an incredible book. Sam Tallent, Running the Light. Check it out.
Yep.
Love you guys. Get Heavy Podcast, book club number 3.
Yes.
Number 4 will be coming up soon. I don't even know who we're going to do, but
I think we're probably going to get into the Beastie Boys. I'm hoping.
Oh, yeah.
Great book. I'll listen to it again, man. It was a fantastic audiobook.
Beautiful. All right. Let's
do
it.
Man. Love you guys. Peace out.
Bye.